Dear friend, welcome to the video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to derive the capacitance and resistance expressions of a coaxial conductor capacitor. Before deriving the expressions, we should keep certain points in our mind to derive the expressions very easily. They are: select the proper coordinate system. So here it is coaxial conductor capacitor. So we are going to consider the cylindrical coordinate system. Point number 2, assume that they carry plus Q and minus Q charges respectively. So inner conductor will carry the plus charge and outer conductor will carry the negative charge here. Use Gauss law to find the electric field intensity E and compute V using V equal to minus integral E bar dot dl bar. Finally, get the expressions for C, that is capacitance, using C equal to the ratio of absolute value of the charge to the absolute value of the voltage, and neglect the negative sign here. Now let us consider the coaxial conductor capacitor here. This is the inner conductor whose radius is A and it is carrying positive charge on its surface. Also, let us consider the outer conductor, and outer conductor radius is B and it is carrying the negative charge on its surface. Let us also consider the length of the coaxial cable or coaxial conductors is L. So here the radius of B is greater than A, and we can also write that one as A to B. That means the radius of the coaxial conductors will be between A to B. Now we will derive the expressions for that. Let us consider the coaxial cable having the length L and the inner conductor is A, radius A, and outer conductor radius B, and the inner conductor is having the positive charge and we call that one as conductor 1, and the outer conductor is carrying the charge minus Q, that is and we consider that that conductor as 2, and in between the conductors we will be having the homogeneous dielectric material with the permittivity epsilon. Now here the structure resembles the cylindrical coordinate system. So the coordinate system that we consider here is cylindrical coordinate system, point number 1. And point number 2, we have to see that the conductors should carry the plus charge and minus charge on their surfaces. Third one, we have to use Gauss law in order to find out the electric field intensity. So by using Gauss law, I'm writing here from Gauss law, we can write the total charge enclosed will be equal to the surface integral of d bar dot ds bar here. Now the d bar is nothing but epsilon e bar, so I'm writing epsilon outside, and close the surface integral of d bar dot ds bar here. Now the dot product is employed there, so we get a this is E bar, I'm sorry, this is E bar. Now the dot product is there, so we get a scalar quantity there, so epsilon, then that electric field lines will be in the radial directions. So the radial directions are indicated with rho, so epsilon E rho, then integration ds. So this ds here indicates that it is the surface area of the cylinder, and we can write that one as 2 pi rho L, and this is Q. Now writing the expressions for E rho, so it becomes Q by 2 pi epsilon rho into L. Now to represent this one in terms of vectors, so it is E bar equal to Q by 2 pi epsilon rho L in the direction of A rho. Next, The fourth point is, next point is, we have to find out the value of or expression of V from minus of integral E bar dot dl bar. So we have the expression for E bar here. So integral E bar is Q by 2 pi epsilon rho L aero dot dl bar is d rho aero bar. Now the dot product between the similar unit vectors will be always 1, since we are writing aero dot aero will be equal to 1. And we have to consider the limits for the integration. So we will move from positive charge to negative charge. The flux will generate on plus charge and they will go to negative charge. And the positive charge is at 1, conductor 1, and the negative charge is at conductor 2. So we are moving from conductor 1 to 2, that is we are moving from A to B. So here we can write minus of integration A to B, then it is Q by 2 pi epsilon rho L, and it is d rho. So this integration is with respect to rho, and remaining all the terms will be considered as constants. So we will bring them outside. So V equal to minus Q by 2 pi epsilon L integration A to B, it is 1 by rho d rho. Now V equal to minus Q by 2 pi epsilon L, then integration 1 by x dx, we write a natural logarithm. So here we are writing that one as natural logarithm ln ln, then it is rho, and the limits will be A to B. So V equal to minus of Q by 2 pi epsilon L ln B minus ln A. I'm writing the expression once again. V equal to minus Q by 2 pi epsilon L ln B minus ln A. Simplifying this expression, minus of Q by 2 pi epsilon L, it is ln B by A, and this side is V. Now taking V towards this side, keeping the Q here only, and remaining terms taking to left side, then we get 2 pi epsilon L by ln B by A equal to minus of Q by V. And taking the absolute values of the Q and V, we can write minus of Q by mod of V, which is equal to 2 pi epsilon L by ln B by A, which is nothing but capacitance. So we know that the capacitance is the ratio of absolute value of Q to the absolute value of V, so that here the coaxial conductor capacitance is given by 2 pi epsilon L by natural logarithm B by A, and the units for this is farads. Here epsilon is the permittivity of the dielectric material used between the inner conductor and outer conductor. L is the length of the coaxial conductors, and A is the inner diameter of the inner conductor, and B is the diameter of the outer conductor. And we need to find out the resistance, as we know that the product of resistance and capacitance is the ratio of epsilon to the sigma, then R equal to epsilon by sigma into C. We have obtained the expression for C already, so substitute that one as 2 pi epsilon L by ln B by A. So this epsilon get cancelled, and the value of R, or the expression of R, is given by ln B by A by 2 pi sigma L. So this is the expression of resistance to the coaxial conducting capacitor, and the units will be ohm. I hope you understood the concept of deriving the expressions for the coaxial conducting capacitor or conductor capacitor. If you feel this video lecture is informative, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe my channel for more technical content. Thank you for patiently listening.